Stay in the lane, bro. Stop talking to people.
What?
As they walk by. You're good.
I am in my lane.
Grass for you, but
You came up in my lane.
Stop talking shit.
Hey, don't tell me what to do.
Keep talking shit. Stop talking shit, people.
But it's a free country.
I know.
Why can't I do what I
All
want?
these people are just trying to leave.
Okay, they're talking to me. They're talking to me.
You talking to them?
They're talking to me, buddy. You be respectful. Why are you trying to tell me what to do?
Chill out.
You chill out.
Because you're being there's no
No one asked you, Karen.
Oh, Karen.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Say that to
She was talking shit.
All right, people. So you see that we have a D1 crash out. I don't know exactly what was going on. It looks like there was some sort of sporting event, and I guess some team won, some team lost. And it looks like the guy in the orange is just doing a little bit of rage bait content. He's just, egging the crowd on. Maybe their team lost. He's egging these guys on after the game. And maybe he said something to the guy who approaches him. Maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. But whatever happened, it was enough to get that guy's attention and get him to come over there. Now, he kind of shakes the guy's hand and he tells him, hey, you need to keep it down. You need to go away. He basically tries to play the gangster and the gentleman. And if you know this, if you've ever had this happen, this guy is looking to crash out. Like, he walked out of that sporting event looking to crash out for a multitude of reasons. Now, you see, he tells the guy, you need to keep it moving. And then the guy says, well, this is a free country. I'm allowed to talk. And he says, well, you're being rude. And there's a couple back and forths. And the guy finally walks away. The camera cuts. And I guess something transpired between the camera cut and when the guy comes back over. But when he comes back over, his girlfriend is with him. And the girlfriend says something. And the guy in the orange says, mind your business, Karen. And that sends this guy over the falls. And that's when the crash out begins. Now, it's like I said, this guy wanted to crash out before that. There are a lot of guys who they just want to prove themselves to a woman. Maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they don't have social clout. Maybe they don't have this. Maybe they don't have that. But they want to show that they are husband material or father material. They are protector material. Like, they want to show that they can protect. So he goes out there and he is basically playing the police. He sees that there's a disturbance. He sees that there's a guy being a jerk. And what he's going to do is go over there and correct this situation. So like I said, he wanted to crash out. First and foremost, don't be a crash test dummy. Don't be the guy who needs to fix everything. Don't be the guy who walks out your house and says, I'm going to show this guy. That's the police's job, first and foremost. But secondly, you got to understand, even if you go over there and you do something, you're going to go to jail. Like, I think these people are in the South, but still, assault charges. You could get sued. Anything can happen. So don't be the hero. There's no reward for it. But then his girlfriend inserts herself, and then he crashes out even harder. That's where the guy actually started getting violent. He took a boxer stance. Now he wants to fight. So he pushes the guy and takes a boxer stance. He's ready to go because the guy told his girlfriend to basically mind her business. This is what I tell you. When I say that a woman will make a situation 10 times worse, this is what I'm talking about. There was no reason for her to get in that situation. What is she going to do? Is she going to beat the guy up? No. But because her boyfriend is already crashing out, she comes over there and instead of throwing water on the fire and saying, let's go home, she throws gasoline on the fire, and she does not care if her boyfriend gets beat up. She doesn't care if he goes to jail. She doesn't care if he breaks his arm and he can't work and he loses his job. She does not care. She's there for the spectacle of the whole thing. So this is why I'm telling you guys, don't be this guy. Like, don't be the loser that's out there doing rage bait material. I mean, unless you're getting a whole lot of money for it. But at the same time, don't be the crash out that walked out of the house looking for a reason to crash out. Because the guy, he wanted it. And his girlfriend was like, oh, you want a reason to crash out? Let me put myself in harm's way, potentially, and give you an even better reason to crash out. Don't do it.
What made you want to organize this protest? Well, I spent 26 months in prison for DUI negligent homicide.
Respect.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That was after I was the victim of domestic violence, and so the experience really taught me that whoever goes to prison is a victim first.
You was getting abused, then you was having a couple of drinks to deal with your pain, and then you was driving,
Gotcha.
and then someone happened to be in the way.
Actually, I hit a shopping cart at 3 miles an hour in a parking lot, and the shopping cart knocked someone over, and he died about a week later.
Man, so it was really the shopping cart that should have been in prison.
Fair to say, or the alcohol, one of the two. Yeah.
All right, so you guys saw that video, and that is a very bizarre video, I will admit. Essentially, this woman is the epitome of a lack of accountability. When I tell you guys don't waste your time trying to hold women accountable, this is what I mean. Keep in mind, I don't hate women, and I don't want you to hate women. I just want you to understand. This woman is saying, first and foremost, they were at a rally for Luigi Mangione, the CEO remover. They're at a rally for him. They're at a protest for him, and they want him freed. And what this woman is essentially saying is the person who goes to jail was a victim before they were a criminal. Therefore, they shouldn't go to jail. Absolute bonkers thinking. But basically what she goes on to do is tell a story about she did some time in jail because she got drunk and she ended up getting in a car. She hit a cart and it hit someone else, and that person ended up falling over, bumping their head and dying sometime later. But it's not her fault because she was a domestic violence survivor, apparently, allegedly. And that's what caused her to drink and drive and delete this person. So in her mind, she doesn't belong in jail because it's not her fault. Someone else's actions forced her to take up the bottle and to get in a car and to delete someone. This is a fantastic display of mental gymnastics, but I want you guys to understand when it comes to people like this who can't be held accountable, and in this case, it's a woman, you have to understand the mental gymnastics. She's going for multiple gold medals. She's not going to take she's not going to take any kind of responsibility for getting in the relationship that turned violent. She won't take any responsibility for what she may have done to bring the violence on herself. Not saying that she did anything, but anything can happen. Who knows? Maybe she put her hands on him. She's not going to take responsibility for picking up that bottle. She ain't going to take responsibility for getting in the car. And she's not going to take responsibility for this person dying as a direct result of her actions. Now, by her logic, the domestic violence situation, the person who was putting their hands on her, maybe that person shouldn't go to jail because they got victimized at some point. It doesn't make sense. This is liberal, lunatic thinking. But a lot of women that you guys run into and are going to be quick to defend when you see them in a crazy situation, a lot of those women think just like that. This is why I tell you, don't be so quick to throw your life away, throw your safety away, jeopardize your legal status or your financial status by going out there saving these people, because you don't know what kind of lunacy you are intervening in. A lot of times people have crazy ways of thinking like this, and they'll put themselves in bad situations because they feel justified, or accountability just is not something that's, second nature to them. It doesn't exist in their life. So don't go out there saving people.
Stop fucking playing with me, bro. Not fucking playing. Get out right fucking now. No, shit, boy. Yeah. Fuck out my fucking face. Fuck. Okay, Daniel. What in the actual fucking?
All right, so you guys see this very, very unfortunate video. This girl and this guy, they are fighting, allegedly, or I guess because this woman is filming. I'm pretty sure that camera is on a tripod because of the way it's moving. It's moving very smoothly. It's not really shaky. So I'm going to assume that she set up a tripod and they were going to maybe do a TikTok dance or something like that. But the boyfriend is there. He doesn't want to be on camera, and they proceed to throw blows, and she loses miserably. Now, I want you guys to understand, you're not going to convince me that this woman is a victim simply because she chose to be with this very thug type guy. This is a black guy. There's a bunch of white women. He is doing all the thug stuff. He's saying all the thug stuff. He talks like a thug, walks like a thug, dresses like a thug. He has the thug cadence and he's saying all the thug buzzwords that the new young kids like to say. So I'm just going to paint him with that brush because he fits the narrative so well. But essentially what I'm saying is this person, these people, they met at some point in time. At some point in time, the girl met the guy met the girl. They talk, they get into a relationship. They are hanging out with each other and they end up in this situation. I don't know how many months or weeks or years passed by before this happened, but whatever the time frame is, it led to this. Now, are you going to tell me that this woman never saw any red flags? She never saw this man get angry and do crazy stuff. He never put his hands on her. He never acted like a child, right, that had never been disciplined. Like, are we saying that she never saw this? You're not going to convince me of this because I've seen these kinds of relationships. They never hide what they are, not these kinds of guys. So it gets to this point and she gets beat up, and thankfully her friends aren't saying, hey dude, just chill out. They're telling him to get out of the house. Hopefully they called the cops. Hopefully there was some police intervention. But here's the point for you guys. When you see stuff like this, understand there is a brother or a dad, an uncle, or some idiot in the friend zone who she's going to vent to. And she's going to say, Keyshawn beat me up. And she's going to want Keyshawn to get beat up in return. Like, she wants her revenge, but she's going to spin you up little by little to go after Keyshawn, or she's going to talk real bad about Keyshawn to everybody she possibly can. And she's just going to sit back and hope that one day something happens to him. She's going to talk bad about this guy to every man she knows. And then one day they're going to be at a function and he's going to get into an argument with somebody, and that person is going to be chomping at the bit to beat him down because they heard about this time he did this thing. She's not going to walk away from the relationship because she wants to win. She's down a point. Now she wants to get her dub back. This is why I tell you, don't be the crash out guy. Because what if Keyshawn totes guns? Now you're the guy who steps up with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove, and you get deleted. Or maybe you beat this guy down and you end up on World Star looking like this is Emmett Till. You look like some crazy white supremacist or something like that. Who knows? What I'm saying is women like this will get in these situations. They won't leave. They'll look for a way to get their lick back, and they will hope you crash out on this guy. Or they might call you directly, tell you directly, I want you to crash out on this guy for me. And then you go over there and do that because you're her brother or you're in the friend zone or something like that. And then all the responsibility comes down to you. All the heat comes down to you. And I always play that Charleston White clip where he tells you all of that's going to transpire and she's still going to be with the guy. Do not defend women like this. They put themselves in those kinds of situations. This is an easy solve. All she has to do is walk away, call the police, and never deal with him again. Don't save her.